Yeah.
So that's a good point right there.
Yeah.
Men, you have to understand your woman, your marriage, your partner,
Yeah. Who you're married
your
to?
love. You have to understand who she is culturally.
Yeah.
Like, do your extensive background. Go to the family functions and see how they uh, uh, congregate,
Mingle, congregate,
mingle,
whatever.
see how they handle open discussions
Hmm.
and disagreements together. Because
Yeah.
it's very like when I seen how they handle their situations, it was like a cultural shock to me.
Yeah. We telling you. I just
They go at each other's necks.
well, it's not even necessarily. It's so many fine conversations of us just back in the day,
Here she go.
all talking
Yeah.
and like laughing and hitting
But
each other, like
hold on. But I don't understand how the point is getting across because
Sus-
everybody is and Jersey is so aggressively loud. Hey, welcome back
Welcome back, guys.
to episode number 2, right?
Yep, episode number 2.
Of Married Roommates. The Origins, part
Yes,
1.
part one.
Alright. So basically what happens is we want to apologize. I know it's been a delay in this being put out, but we promise you it's not that we are not doing our due diligence, but it's just the fact of we actually recorded some content. We went back, we rewatched it, and we did not like it.
Yeah,
We didn't like it, so we said we can't put that out. So in the meantime, in between time, we had a lot of things going on.
life.
Life,
It's just life.
lot of life is going on with us and the place that we're at right now. So this journey is really rough and beating us up on a consistent basis of trying to do this
Just this, yeah.
with everything else because we're doing all of the editing.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing like a lot of the like content
Yes.
ourselves. We don't have nobody that's like right now we don't have nobody that's sharing with us about what we're doing. So it's just us.
Yeah.
So bear with us. It's something that we want to do. Stay with us, man. Don't drop the ball on us,
Yeah,
right?
we still here.
We still
We still
here,
here.
and we still are going to create this content because we feel like we said in the first video, we have a lot of experiences that we want to share with people
Yeah.
who are going on this journey because we are what 13 years in.
Yeah.
We're young, we're black, and we're married, and we're
And we
saved.
saved. Yes, we're saved.
We're saved. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all those things. Married Roommates, episode 2,
Origins.
Origins,
Origins 1.
part 1
Part 1.
of Andrea Montgomery.
Yes.
That's today.
Under the umbrella of the Montgomery household.
What? No.
Family.
No,
Yeah. I mean, that's
no.
essentially what it is.
Okay. Well, yeah, essentially that's what it is. But before we get started, we wanted to show y'all that we changed the scenery. We're not out front. We actually are in our bedroom. So we wanted to make it more inviting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if we go
Welcome.
continue. Welcome. I don't know if we go continue to be in this space. I don't know. We just go as we make fit,
Yeah,
right? So
pretty much.
right now we're in our bedroom, as they say, the magic happens here.
Yeah.
The magic happens here.
And
But no, seriously though. So this is part 1, Origins part 1. Andrea Montgomery, I so graciously bowed out and said she can go first. So let's listen up, see where she came from, because in order to know us,
yes,
right?
you have to know us individually.
It's on you.
Yeah, so Andrea Montgomery, yes. So what about me? I am from
Yes, yes.
Newark, New Jersey.
Yes, yes.
I owe a lot to Jersey. I owe a lot to Jersey. Seriously, guys. So let's see. Let's see. Raised in a house with a bunch of women. All right. A bunch of women. It was four of us and my mom.
Can I say this?
Yes.
And before we go any deeper, we did get permission. Go ahead.
Yes. So, four women, my mom. Um, this just kind of ties into marriage, okay? So, I guess I'll take a step back to like my grandparents. My grandparents were married for, I can't even remember, about, I know it was over 30, about 30 years or something like that. So, I know they were married a really long time. They got divorced. It wasn't always necessarily, it wasn't healthy from what I remember. I did have a lot of relatives that were married. Really didn't see a lot of. I didn't see a lot of healthy marriages, I would say, or some lasting marriages. But I did see people being married in my family. Did I ever think that I wanted to be married? I was always just like in love with love, fairy tales type stuff. I feel very deeply like
You was a Disney princess.
yeah. Am I now not outwardly?
You wanted me to come and be your night saver, shining armor.
I just was in love with love and all things that made your heart just all gooey. But on the outside, I was a sneakerhead. I was a tomboy, so I wasn't no fairy tale princess. I was not no little fairy tale princess, just But I was in love with love, so I always thought that I would be like with someone. I just didn't know how that would look. I would say I didn't know how it was supposed to look, how it can be healthy. So that's just a little background as far as marriage and what I've seen coming up. But I grew up in a household of four other women in the household with me, and that includes my mom and my dad. My dad wasn't really, and he did not even really, my dad wasn't in the household with us, so I was not raised with my dad in the household. Now he is uh addict survivor, I would say, or he's a recovering addict. He's been recovering since 1998, I believe it was. I was 10, and yeah, and it's crazy because I remember a lot of that. I remember that, and him coming around more and things like that. So although he wasn't in the house with us physically, when he did start to clean up his life, we did see our dad, and we had a good relationship with our dad. Um, and so that was really it. I mean, it was really just like seeing a strong woman, and that was really all I knew, because I grew up with my mom had 14 other siblings. Okay, most of them were strong women who were, they spoke their mind all the time. I mean, listen, y'all, the women in my family are super strong and strong-willed. My husband will tell you we have a mind of our own. We don't hold back on certain things.
Don't allow people to get words out.
That's the culture. That's the culture we grew up in, and it's different. And it's funny because I pray that it's just like I will understand him, he will understand me,
Oh, for sure.
but we would come to like some sort of I guess, what is it, consists of how we communicate, because like I said, I grew up with women where we talk over each other. That's just like a Jersey thing.
Oh, like
we kind of talk aggressively without trying to be aggressive. It's just
it's a
like a
non-verbal
passion type thing.
It's a non-verbal compromise.
Yeah.
So I understand her now. In the beginning, it was rough because I felt like it was disrespectful. As a man and a woman having a conversation, and then her not allowing me to get my voice heard.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was disrespectful. Not knowing that this was a cultural thing for her.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't that she was being disrespectful. It's just that this is what they do.
Yeah.
This
Seriously.
like literally, this is what they, and she still does it,
And
and
I still get
sometimes,
on his
and
nerves.
I sometimes, but I got better. Sometimes I'll still like be like, yo, you gotta chill. And then she was like, but this, and I'll be like, all right, okay, I understand. My bad. I take a step back. She take a step back. Well, what you got to say, babe? And then I voice my opinion. Either she agrees, disagrees, whatever. But it's a non-verbal compromise that we've come to understand that this is just who she is culturally.
Yeah.
So that's a good point right there.
Yeah.
Men, you have to understand your woman, your marriage, your partner,
Yeah. Who you're married
your
to?
love. You have to understand who she is culturally.
Yeah.
Like, do your extensive background. Go to the family functions and see how they congregate,
Mingle, congregate,
mingle,
whatever.
see how they handle open discussions
Mhm.
and disagreements together. Because
Yeah.
it's very like when I seen how they handle their situations, it was like a culture shock to me.
Yeah. We telling you, I just
They go at each other's necks.
well, it's not even necessarily. It's so many fine conversations of us just back in the day,
Here she go.
all talking
Yeah.
and like laughing and hitting
But
each other, like
but I don't understand how the point is getting across because
But-
everybody is and Jersey is so aggressively loud. Is that fair
and
to say?
fast. It's I mean it's loud and it's fast.
So
Yeah.
it's not like they're loud in tone, but they're just aggressively loud.
Oh yeah, definitely aggressively like
So it's like
Yeah.
what I would take as somebody coming at me is like they'll start laughing, and I'm like, yo, what?
yeah. Speaking of just things being a little different, everything is so fast paced in Jersey
Yes,
that
yes,
even in the grocery store, y'all,
man.
it drives me insane that people just move slow.
Man,
I can't move. I can't move slow. It's like it's in me to move fast because Jersey's so fast, y'all.
Everything is fast. The first time I went to New Jersey,
My daddy.
I was what? We had graduated 06. So
Talking about when we took the bus?
yeah, when we took the bus, the
I don't
very
remember
first
that.
time. Like it had to be like 07, 08.
It was probably 07 or 08.
Okay, so the 07, I'm 18.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't traveled anywhere without my parents before.
Oh.
So we take the
really that was? Oh
yeah.
wow.
That was my first time out the state. That was my first time.
Without your parents, yeah.
So we go to the Greyhound station.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Jersey?
a whole nother situation in itself.
In Jersey.
But I just want to tell you about the first experience of Jersey. I get off of the Greyhound. I step on a piece of gum in my fresh sneaks. I was mad about it. Fresh sneaks.
Was that on the Greyhound?
That was on the Greyhound.
Bus?
That was on the Greyhound. Babe, that was on the Greyhound. That was my first step in Jersey. I stepped on a piece of gum. But anyway, her mother lived downtown Newark, New Jersey, right? Or am I wrong? Was she downtown?
No, see, no, your first time, you got it almost, your first time going to Jersey, we stayed at Rashida's house.
Okay, well, that's neither here nor there. We was downtown Newark, New Jersey.
I know we be doing everything.
We was downtown Newark, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And I promise you,
he did step on gum.
Yeah, I did.
I remember that.
I definitely did that. That was hot. But we went downtown Jersey, and imagine Indianapolis Black Expo, 365 days of the year except in the winter season. During the spring all the way up to the fall, it's non-stop live action. I couldn't believe it. It was like 100 people on one corner. That's what it seemed like to me. That's what it seemed like to me.
All of those people from Jersey, like, what is he talking about?
That's what it seemed like to me. Because I mean, coming from Indiana, you go to a corner, you might have 5 or 6 people on a bus stop or something.
Yeah.
But on their corners, it's like, for one, everybody walks in New Jersey.
Take the bus.
Take the bus, walk.
Yeah, everything's walking.
It's like
walking distance. So
it's public transportation down there
Yeah,
everywhere you go.
nonstop. Yeah,
Because everything is literally 5 to 10 minutes away in Jersey.
that's how he describes it. Like East Orange is right by Newark. Newark is like it's
It's
by
right around the
Elizabeth.
corner.
This is right here. That
I was like,
Irvington
why
right-
do y'all ask how long does it take to get there? Because they just go say 15 minutes.
15, 20,
Like it
25.
never. And then her daddy just took off. He didn't do below 60.
Nah, he.
I was like, yo,
listen,
is your
put him
pup?
on blast.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You're right. I'm sorry, Mr. Clarence. But no, but Jersey, yeah. So that was my first experience. So it wasn't like I said. It was I had to learn her culture.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, being so young, I still didn't understand it. But I seen a glimpse of it. I loved it. I loved her people. That's the no, that wasn't a family trip. That I just had the family gathering, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, that wasn't a family gathering. But I loved her people though. Her people was different, coming from two different sides of walks of life. You feel me? Like they.
Thank you for saying that. I got to get into that.
Go ahead.
No, so like he was talking about the difference in our upbringing, and just wanted to mention this right quick. And it was something I wanted to touch on. It'll come to me later, but yeah. Growing up in Jersey, he said the streets. So that's why I am the way I am. You know, it's times where he be like, "Why are you locking the door?" And it's like, dude, what do you mean? Like, God locked the door. It's certain things that made me who I am from Jersey. People walking up to you, telling me, "You want to buy a CD? You want to do this?" I had to be kind of like, I know how to stand my ground. And growing up in Jersey, you had to be a woman who knew how to stand your ground. Okay, so that's one of the things. That's why I say Jersey made me a little bit. But so we want to talk about the difference.
Different. Oh.
About upbringing.
Well, you can't talk about mine as
well. I'm just saying, like, I did not, as you know, we are both saved and filled full of the Holy Ghost.
Girl, sanctified and full of the Holy Ghost.
Sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, and
baptized in Jesus'
name. But and I didn't grow up in church.
No. She was a heathen.
I did not grow up in church.
She was a heathen.
I went to church every now and again for holidays or with my grandparents.
Mother's Day, Easter, and Christmas.
Hey.
Yeah, I know the
with
ones.
With my grandparents. My mom made us go to church one time for like a year. It wasn't working out, so she took us out.
How did church not work out?
It wasn't working out.
What?
It wasn't working out.
How did church not work out?
That's all I'm going to say. It wasn't working out.
Wow.
So
yeah, this is not going to work for me.
Yeah, it's a no. It's going to be a no.
Okay.
So we did not really do that. We did celebrate Halloween. Just really different.
Very different.
Two different lifestyles, two different cultures, backgrounds, whatever. It's just different.
Yeah.
But it works so well.
Well, we have to get into that.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm saying we haven't gotten to mine yet.
Okay.
So you can't really, but it does work well.
It does.
It amazes me. I tell that this is my my witness piece to everybody who talks to me about marriage. It amazes me how God can take it. It has to be God who can do something like that, right?
Yeah.
Take two different people from two different walks of life. And in this case, two different geographical areas.
Yeah.
Right? That's totally culturally different.
Yeah.
And be able to take them, mesh them together, and create one union.
Yeah. And for 16, we've been married for 13 years, but we've been together since 2000.
But we don't count the first 3 years.
Yeah, but I still been dealing with
this man. We don't count the first 3 years.
For 16 years.
16
so
years.
we're going to count those 3 years.
I said we don't, but we don't. Right. No, we don't count them.
If you know, you know.
We don't count them. If you know, you know. Because them 3 years was hellicious.
Listen.
Let's
get into that because...
No, we not going to get into that.
No, seriously. When I first got here, I did not think I was going to stay here, y'all. I was like, I'm going back home. I'm going to be with my ex, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. I was not trying to stay here.
So we going that route.
I'm be talking about me now.
Okay.
I did not.
I will not be talking about my ex.
That's fine.
No,
I'm just talking about
you okay? You okay?
I'm just saying that was my plan. My plan was not to stay in Indiana.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, I literally was having conversations with my best friend, like, yeah, I'll get back out there, yada yada. No, I was not trying to stay out here. So, I came out here my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I was still having conversations with my ex. We were still entertaining each other, boo-hooing on each other, but still dating and seeing other people and stuff like that. And he knew about other people. He knew about, the boys I was talking with and whatever. So, yeah, the boys, because you were a boy at that time. So, you were one of them.
Not a young man?
Young man. Okay. So, he came out here for my prom. He went to the prom with me and everything and all of that good stuff. But that's just not what God had in store for me. And,
So are you happy
not
about it?
trying to be like that, but I'm definitely thankful.
Are you happy about it?
I'm sitting here telling the
Are you
people
happy
that
about
I'm thankful.
Okay.
He just got to hear it. And he want me to look at him and say it. That's not how people be. So,
But that helps.
but I'm definitely grateful. I'm thankful, and
Are you
it worked
happy
out.
about
I'm
it?
happy about it.
Okay.
Armand, I am happy.
I love when you say my name like that.
So I am happy. Yes, I'm happy, and it all worked out.
Remember, we are
Even
in
though
the magic
he get
room.
on my nerves.
We are in the magic room.
He gets on my nerves, okay? But I am definitely happy where I'm at. So, yeah, that was my plan was not to be here, guys.
But
Old Neptown.
But God.
But God, because that was nobody but God. So.
Look at this. See how God did that?
Yeah.
It was
Purposeful, all of this.
for you to come down here.
It was. I believe
It
it.
was. I did not mean to wear this shirt. I just said, for one, we wasn't gonna record tonight.
No.
We was enjoying our family out front in the living room.
Yeah.
And she said, let's record.
Yeah.
So I just haphazardly grabbed a shirt, and it was this shirt. Man, you can't. Listen. I'm not saying that I am the closest to the man.
No, he already.
But when God touches me, I am anointed. Yes, Lord. But no, seriously, I mean, and it's a lot more that we can touch on with her origin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
but it's bits and pieces that we are staying away from because we have to talk about my origins.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how we'll get that together.
Yeah, and then we'll bring it back together.
We'll bring it back together.
We'll go back and forth.
But I think the main part tonight is that we understand that men have to find out who their women are, who their wives are. I don't want to say, I keep saying women. Who their wives are, their significant other, or who they're planning to marry. Find out who they are culturally.
Yeah. And he respected, I would say he respected who I was and where I came from, because he didn't try to make me be this woman that he saw growing up.
Good.
Because that just ain't me.
No.
I'm my own unique person, and I'm thankful that he was able to realize, okay, this is not her, this is not my wife, even from, and we'll get into this in another episode as far as culturally what he would see and what he knows from from coming up as far as dressing and different things. Like, he knows that it's not me. Certain things is just not me. But he also, as a husband, still will tell me like, well, babe, and me as a woman being submissive, I'm submissive. I
want to hear more.
I take heed to what he says. I ask him questions all the time. I get on his nerves. I'm always asking for insight, always trying to talk to him, always trying to communicate to the point where I get on his nerves. I talk a lot and I ask a lot.
But here, and see, I'm just feeding off of you right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first point, we have to learn who they are culturally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I didn't try to change who you were, right?
Yeah.
And then thirdly, I respected who you were as a woman.
Yeah.
Right? And then you said you asked me about certain situations.
Yeah, sometimes I ask.
So that means she valued my opinion and she respected me as a man to say, okay, is this
appropriate
appropriate?
or
I mean, are you comfortable with this, or is
yeah,
this appropriate for this occasion,
for
or
his comfortability. That's
for my
really it.
comfortability?
Yeah.
Because she respected me and who I am and the way I was brought up.
Yeah.
And let me say this, you will find out more, but I come from a traditional church family. I'm a PK, groomed in church, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the law, and then we're apostolic. Apostolic was no flesh is to be shown.
Yeah,
Let's just say it right there.
quarter limb sleep.
No flesh to be shown. So I'm still unshackling myself from those quote unquote traditions
Mm-hmm.
of what it meant to be holy.
Yeah.
So in that transition, I sometimes struggle with the traditions and then what we deem is comfortable with who you are as an individual.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to understand, it's hard because coming up traditionally and then having a wife who's not traditional, you got to understand the conflict there.
Yeah.
But I think we balance each other out so well and we respect each other, and then she respects my leadership because she understands. She used the word submissive. She is submissive to me because I'm submissive to God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't sit there and just try to be a dictator and say, nah, you're not doing this. No, you're not going there. No, you're not wearing this. I'm submissive to God. And if I'm submissive to God, then she understands that if I say something or if I don't agree with something or whoopty woo, whatever it may be, she's okay to follow it.
Yeah.
And we 13 years in.
Yeah, we still learning and
We still
growing.
learning. So it has not been roses.
No.
It has not been peaches and cream every night. Some nights we go at it,
Yeah.
and we'll get all into that, later, but we work.
Yeah.
And it's because of guys. It's not of us.
I literally just told your mother that today.
So you was talking about me?
No, I was just talking about in general.
Oh, okay.
How if things don't work out between two people, that they're missing that component, which is God.
Yeah, it's God.
I'm telling you.
It's God. It has to be God because, like I said before, we come from two different walks of life. Literally. Like, is it fair for me to say this? And don't get me wrong, I got family that drinks, smokes, clubs, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But my household was saved.
Yeah.
Well, church.
Yeah.
Her household was not church.
No, we didn't do a whole lot.
You didn't do a whole
lot.
lot.
But I'm just saying, like, as far as we were around my family all
the time.
I'm not just talking about me and my sisters and my mom. No.
Yeah.
We were at
cousins,
aunties,
whatever, all of that. Because Jersey was so close to each other. They was close. But I'm talking about in location, y'all was close. So it's nothing for.
A little sour thinking about it.
Okay. Yeah, she still gets it. And that's another thing we're working on. She still gets emotional because she misses home. And, if God allows us, I want to make a way for her to be able to go to Jersey whenever she wants to.
Yeah. He's making a way.
He's going to do it, right?
Yep.
So is there anything else you want to share with the people tonight?
No, I just want to say, I really give thanks to my mom, Jersey, and my best friend.
For sure. Oh,
I probably would have been a harlot.
Oh, boy.
If it wasn't for my best friend.
Oh, boy.
Like, seriously.
Oh, boy.
My mom, she did what she had to do.
Oh, boy.
She's a single mom, and she did her thing.
Shout out
to
Ms.
the best
Lavity.
of her, ability, But while she was at work, trying to make sure that we had what we had, what we needed, I had my best friend. I had my best friend, my baby. And I'm telling you, God, that was another relationship that was like, I felt like that was nobody but God.
For sure.
And my best friend and my husband are actually, they have their own,
we got our own relationship.
Their own relationship. Even her daughter, it's a beautiful thing. So I really do. I just thank God for my mom, Jersey, and my baby, my best friend, Janae. So Big ups to them.
And let me say this. Let me say this. I don't think I've ever verbally told your mother this. I don't think I've ever told your mother verbally this. But there's a reason. Y'all might hear, I might talk about my mother-in-law, and you might hear me say Miss Laverton, and you was like, well, why come you don't call her mom? Or something like that.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying the
People.
audience. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
And it's not a thing of me and her are not close. Like, I love my mother-in-law. Like, I understand the sacrifices she made to make this woman. So, figuratively and literally, I know what she's done. And I love her. But me personally, I have a mother.
Yeah.
I have a mom. I have a mommy. I have a mama. I culturally feel like me is disrespecting my mother if I call another woman mother, or mom, or mama.
Yeah, and I feel that same way as well.
Or ma. So I don't, it's not disrespect, but I can't allow myself to say, hey ma, or hey mom, or hey mama.
But if others, want to do that,
and that's on you. That's on you.
That's what.
But
that's
just
doing,
me.
fine.
So if you hear me speak of my mother-in-law or my in-law or Miss Laverton, that's why. But I honor Miss Laverton for who she is, for what she's done for me and my family. I mean, financially, I think we stayed with her in the earlier parts of our marriage. She loves her grandkids. I know she would move. She would move heaven and hell.
Listen,
if Andrea comes calling. This is Butterfly, Baby Girl. What? She got so many names for this one, and rightfully so. It's her baby, so whatever. But I honor Miss Laverton. I love you. If you see this, know that anything you need, call, ask me, whatever. You know how we rock.
Okay,
but shout out to Janae, Levon, Doctor, Cinnamon Sin. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cinnamon Sin.
So real quick.
Yeah.
Before we go.
Yeah.
I didn't get to speak on this. I'm just gonna make it real quick. It's gonna be like 30 seconds. Okay. So, as far as being a wife, now my mom may not have been a wife.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of things that she prepared me for. Yeah. I'm talking about.
She has the wife qualities.
She definitely did. I'm talking about bills. Take care of this. She still does.
And that's that's her desire to be a wife.
Yeah. So big ups to you, Mom, because you definitely did your thing. You showed me a lot. She showed me a lot. So
She did.
Yeah, I actually gained. Although she was a single parent and I didn't have my dad in the house, I gained so much wisdom and strength. I mean,
that's the main thing. That strength.
I just Dominique, too. Pulling carts up the stairs, pushing them down.
All that.
Girl, listen.
We'll get into all that.
You with them chicks, I'm telling you, strength. Like, thank you, Mom.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all for joining us.
Like, subscribe.
Listen, the highlights of today: know your wife culturally.
Yes.
And then also, both have to practice submission.
Yes.
Right. Know your wife culturally, know your husband culturally, and both of y'all have to be submissive, right?
Understanding.
Grace,
showing grace towards one another. All of it.
So, so Married Roommates, episode 2, Origins.
Yes.
Part 1 is in the books.
And we not about to wait.
We not gonna wait for me, because I know y'all waiting. Y'all like, man, we got to find out who he is. How did she get him? He is so special. But I'll tell you the truth, man. I ain't nobody, dog. Like, I ain't nobody. But I am excited to share where my background come from.
And then together.
Yeah, I'm excited. And then we gonna start getting into, the real stuff of marriage. But y'all have to understand who we are individually, and then where we come from, and then we put it together, and then we talk about the subjects of marriage. Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Married roommates, man. Y'all stay with us. We love y'all.
Love you.